I'm your tour guide, Morpheus, Lord of the Dreams. With me are my minions, Anthony, Cody, Jake. Now come with us, where anything can happen.
Fucking hot out.
See, it's not here. It's not.
Kind of rainy and wet.
I wish it was.
Wet. I don't know why I said that.
What are you counting ants over there? What's going on?
Yeah, Jake, get it together, bro. We only have so much time before my gummy kicks in.
Great.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my gummy to kick in too. I had it literally like 2 hours ago, so.
Oh, damn. See, I just had mine like 15, 20 minutes ago.
I re-upped with a tinier piece. I'm like flush with edibles now. I have so many.
My dude said, I'm going to make sure I'm still high for the episodes.
Yeah. One way or another, I will be stoned.
What up, Jakey Poo?
What up, dog?
My guy.
Oh, yeah.
Guys have any interesting dreams lately?
No, not really.
I've had a lot of weird dreams lately. I had this one night recently where I was just having weird dreams about undergarments. I had a dream that I was shopping for socks and I couldn't find socks. And it prompted me to write a bit about socks.
Oh, shit.
Can we hear it? Or is
I
it?
mean, sure, why not? Basically, I'm just going to be bitching about how socks, when the fuck did socks become $15 a pack? And you know, how the fuck, that's like in West Virginia, minimum wage is like $8 an hour. So how the fuck am I supposed to pull myself up by my bootstraps if I have to work 2 hours for socks that are going to last me 6 months?
Damn.
I'm not.
Hey, you got to work
paid
2
minimum
hours
wage.
to buy one pack of socks.
Yeah, 2 hours of my life for a pack of socks.
I'm so fucking tired.
Dude, grow up.
You should grow up, you bitch.
Nah, dude, I'm fucking tired too. I actually just had some coffee because I was like, I need this.
Dude, I don't need any more coffee or caffeine.
I only had 1 cup previously, so I had 1 cup while I was finishing reading The Sandman.
The Sandman.
Sandman.
Yeah, I was reading it all day. I had to catch up.
I didn't finish volume 7, but I finished 5 and 6.
Honestly, I got to I have 50 pages or something left in volume 7, 40, something like that. But I also, just to be prepared for this, read ahead and finished. I mean, I was getting the gist of what was happening.
Dude,
know what I
can't
mean?
just get the gist.
So should we just talk about 5 and 6 for this one?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we'll see how it goes.
We can get a little bit into 7 and then just leave it a cliffhanger.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, yeah. I just had a lot
That
of
sounds
work. I
good.
was not able to get to volume.
No, I mean, I've been
7.
working a ton. And I had friends in town this past weekend. Life's just been, I went to that Huntington Music and Arts Festival on Saturday and acted a damn fool. Dude, Jake, there's this fucking soul band. I can't remember the woman's name, but it's something in the Sweet Compressions. And they from Lexington, Kentucky, and they were you would have loved them, dude. I was Booms was cracking up because he said I was so hype about them that I was screaming so hard my legs were shaking. But dude, I drank all day and partied and was just a wild man.
Fuck yeah. Dude, well, you know who else is a wild man? The Sandman. Welcome to week 3 of Sandman September on Comics and Chronic. I am one of your hosts, Jacob H. You already know who's with me. Cody Cannon, Anthony Iannaccio, Morpheus.
Wait, are you saying Anthony is Morpheus?
I'm saying Morpheus is with us in spirit.
Oh, yes. He's with everyone at all times.
Morpheus is also like drawn to be Neil Gaiman, right? Is that the not the joke, but is that the thing? Like he's supposed to.
Is it? Why? Just because he has
He looks
shaggy,
very Neil
shaggy black hair?
Gaiman-ish. Yeah, I've heard, and I've also heard. I don't know if it's just like, oh, he kind like I feel like Neil Gaiman's like, make me Morpheus.
I've actually, that could be. I've never actually given it much thought.
There was one panel specifically in one of the issues in one of these volumes where I was like, holy shit, that looks like Neil Gaiman.
But all of the Endless are white with black hair.
I mean, they're all
The majority of them.
They're just like goth beings.
Yeah, they're all emo.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love their style. Dude, Morpheus is just like a tall, lanky, brooding emo kid. You know what I mean? Just like
Dude, I
always
know.
sitting there pouting, being complicated and shit.
Yeah, I feel like he's more goth than emo, or Death is more goth.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all gothic. The whole thing, I mean, they're supposed to be gothic. Like all of their designs are like very 80s goth scene. You can tell that like the people who made this comic were really into The Cure and Depeche Mode and Bauhaus and shit like that.
And I also feel like somehow Duran Duran, unless I'm getting the wrong reference, right? Desire kind of looks like the cover of Rio. You know what I'm talking about, Cody?
I mean, it's just like that whole, I mean, they're all of those bands to varying degrees, like are from the same scene, genre.
Yeah, when I'm really sad and depressed, I listen to Hungry Like the Wolf.
Dude,
Start crying.
I love The Cure, man.
Yeah, The Cure is
The Cure's
great.
cool.
One of my favorite bands. For
Ever?
sure.
Of all time?
Yeah, definitely like at least in the top 10. Favorite
Nice.
musical acts, probably.
What's your favorite Cure song?
I would say probably man, I don't want to be cliche. They have like so many bangers. The one I did, different stuff for different moods. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, the best Cure song to listen to when you're high. How about that? Is there one?
oh, I mean, honestly, The Cure's great when you're high. It's very just like synthy. They have some stuff that like is really almost like a Sandman thing, just kind of like meandering and telling these crazy tales. But then they also have like straight pop bops too. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
true. Yeah, like the song Lullaby is super creepy.
Yeah.
That's got Sandman vibes.
Speaking of lullabies, that brings us. Well, no, because the first story in Volume 5 is Lullabies of Broadway.
Is that 5 or 6?
It's 5, right?
Because 5 was the one where it was that little girl the whole time, like, and the cuckoo and stuff like that.
Oh, I thought that was 6.
The cuckoo?
The cuckoo.
Is it cuckoo? I thought it was pronounced cuckoo.
No, yeah,
like
it's the cuckoo, but so this is
You're
actually
a
what I'm
cuckoo,
thinking.
Cody.
This is what I'm beginning to think, just based on our last few. I think your guys' volumes might have something a little different than mine, because mine has both the cuckoo and the lullaby story with the lesbians in the apartment.
That's the same story.
it's the same story.
I think that actual storyline is called A Game of You.
Yes.
I thought
That's volume
the ones when they're in the
5.
apartment, I thought is Lullabies of Broadway.
I mean, that I just know that the volume itself is called The Game of You.
Yeah.
That might be like the first issue's like, chapter name.
Yeah, like it is the Game of You.
Okay, cool.
But it starts off with the lesbian couple in the apartment where shit gets weird.
Well, they're part of the story. So I thought the interesting thing was that it kind of like in volume 5, it skips ahead. Like it's not necessarily the next issues. Like they tell you this story, and then in the next volume, you're getting the issues in between.
Yeah, and you're getting backstory. It's just that's the thing about Sandman. Kind of like I imagine time would be for the Endless. It's not in chronological order.
Yeah,
I feel like the Endless kind of just perceive time in a different way than we would. Obviously, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that first story, it's got like Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland-esque vibes.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, dude, very and it like connects back to like the dreams that Zelda was having in whichever one that had Rose Walker and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's the first
yeah,
volume.
it's the first volume with Rose Walker.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now,
Yeah, she gets name dropped in this.
yeah,
They have like a lot of, but yeah, like basically it's like tying up. Volume ties up a bunch of loose ends from earlier volumes.
Yeah, the Cuckoo story was pretty weird, honestly. I don't know how I felt about it, in all honesty. I don't know.
You didn't like it?
Same. It didn't. It wasn't
What?
bad,
It wasn't
but
bad.
it didn't grab me as much as the other ones.
I agree. It didn't really grab me. I kind of was like when they're going through whatever like weird cuckoo land they are, and they have like those
Yeah.
soldiers in the snow. I just didn't. Yeah, it was almost like too out there for me.
See, I loved it. Oh my god, I loved it so much.
Well, let's discuss.
Yeah. So why
I
did
was-
you love it so much? Because I think me and Jake are on the same page.
Yeah. And therefore, we're cool.
Yeah, majority is always the coolest.
Exactly. You must all think alike.
No, I loved that it wasn't like there was like witchcraft. It was like one of the most fantastical of all of the tales. Even the one they've been like a little more grounded, gritty, and it grounded in horror. This still had dope horror elements. George with the crows in his chest was pretty terrifying.
Yeah. The talking face
The talking
on the wall.
face.
Yeah.
That they like
Yeah, so
hammered
the-
to the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that witch lady was crazy.
Yeah.
Thessalia, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
is that her name? Thessaly.
Thessaly. Yeah.
Yeah, Thessaly. Yeah, she was nuts.
Yeah, it almost kind of like once again, like we were talking about with the like last episode, the volumes, like it is really not like it doesn't really follow. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't really follow Lucifer releasing everyone from hell, and
Nope, nothing to do with
yeah,
that.
it almost has
Yeah.
So like I feel
Like I said, it's basically like they call back to earlier stuff and wrap up a bunch of loose ends with this story.
yeah,
But also like Morpheus is barely in it.
Yeah.
that's true.
It's very much about these characters. And I found that interesting because I read some like the afterword real quick, and Neil Gaiman was like, oh yeah, I spent like 6 months, half a year with these characters. And I'm like, yeah, holy shit, that's like 6 issues. Like if you were reading Sandman, that story, it's good, but it's like so different from anything before or after it in that like, you know, like the way it's so gritty and it focuses on those characters in the city. Like it's depressing. Like, and it gets like city life, you know?
Oh yeah, he definitely captures like, I mean, not that I was alive, but based on like from what I've seen, like New York City in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah,
gritty.
for sure. And it went from, and I love this because it almost reminded me of stories like, I don't know, maybe like The Princess Bride or Page Master or Never Ending Story and stuff, how they went from like super dark, gritty, almost like depressing to these, like still there's a lot at stake. People are dying and all of these, you know what I'm saying? But it's so much more fantastical and bright and colorful. It was a lot of fun. I really like that story arc.
I agree with the Princess Bride thing, especially because like it had like who's that rat detective dude or and then like that giant Snuffleupagus
Wilkinson.
monster, Wilkinson,
and what's his name, Michael Tenenbaum or something like that.
Oh, the giant dog. Yeah.
yeah. And the police shoot
That's
him
how they
dead.
get shot to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the
And
weird
like,
thing is like the dreams can like manifest in reality.
Well, that was the whole threat of
The cuckoo.
the cuckoo, but
The cuck.
That's the threat of the cuck. Oh, but no, that's the threat of the cuckoo. Is that like it's threatening to? It's almost like a virus that like lives through dreams.
Yeah, like a dream
Yeah, like-
virus.
Because they tell you that in nature, the cuckoo will like steal other birds' nest. They'll
lay
kick
their
out other
eggs
birds'
in
eggs.
other birds'
Yeah.
nest and let the
And the other birds will let it happen. Like they don't even know the difference.
Yeah.
And if like a cuckoo baby is born, like a cuckoo baby bird will just be dominant over the other birds. And so that's the idea behind like her cuckoo, which is like her as a little girl, basically the main character of this story arc.
yeah.
Right. And then she's
Yeah.
controlling, she's a part of her, but she's
Yeah.
like, she's not necessarily evil. She just is like a dream that wants to be free and will do anything to be free.
Yeah, Princess Barbara.
Yeah.
That's her name, yeah. Barbie.
Princess
Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah, but nickname
And
Princess
George had
Barbara.
that weird poster in his in his room of her.
Yeah, it's like her modeling poster or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, yes. And then he eats the fucking crow. It's almost hard
Yeah,
to
a lot of
talk about. And I
birds.
almost wonder, like, will it be hard for like listeners to get it because it doesn't follow anything. It's just like, once again, it's just like another random story.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, I didn't like the payoff. It's like Morpheus starts to do this thing, or maybe he was doing it and I wasn't paying attention, but this and the volumes going forward, like, let's say Morpheus does something for someone, or he does something someone doesn't like. They're just like, Morpheus is like, you fucked up. I need to do something. And they're just like, no, dude, like, it's fine. He's like, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, he just kind of lets things go.
Yeah, I didn't like the payoff either. Like, what does he do? Does he like banish the cuckoo?
No, it just lets it go free.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
He's like, all right, do whatever you want.
And then lets everyone else go back safe.
Yeah,
And then you find
yeah.
The crazy homeless lady and Wanda dead. That's another thing I loved about the story.
That was a cool
it's a story
part of the story, yeah.
Comes in and that was written in the 80s about transgendered and the issues that they're going through in like a positive, not like usually if you would see that kind of content back then, it would be in like a derogatory like light, but this was like super like loving and affectionate, and it was super cool. That honestly, like in itself, gave the story bonus points for me, just because I know it's from 20 some odd years ago.
That's true. He did. Yeah, you're right. With the lesbians and the transsexuals in the apartment building, I would venture to guess that not a lot of like those kinds of people have been seen in mainstream comic books before.
Yeah.
Or in any comic books, especially from DC. Yeah. So, other comics weren't doing it.
It didn't feel in the least bit malicious. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And I loved that. Just that it was like super included, super, I don't know. It very like portrayed them as good living people. You know what I mean? Like,
even though we all know they're not.
No!
I'm just kidding. We here at Comics and Chronic love the LGBTQ community.
Jake.
They're coming for you, Jake, not for me and Cody.
Oh no, that's not true.
am washing my hands of you.
Actually, Anthony asked me to say that earlier, so.
I didn't ask you, I told you.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, so that story, it was cool, but don't get me wrong, it wasn't like my favorite arc of Sandman so far. I might even go as far to say it might have been my least favorite story arc.
I would agree, yeah.
But it was still incredible. Actually, I take that back. Second least favorite story arc. My first least favorite was volume 7. Or no, not 7, 6. Volume 6.
Why?
Why volume 6? I get what you're saying about volume 6 too. If it didn't feel like a
volume 6 reminded me of the earlier one that was broken up, but it was if it was more chaotic. There were some stories I really loved in it, but it was so goddamn wordy for what fucking reason.
Oh, that's the Julius Caesar, right?
Yeah. But that whole volume is full of wordy little vignettes and stories and fables is what it's called. Fables and something else.
Yeah, Fables and Reflections.
So, it was cool. It set the groundwork. Like, you found out who Orpheus was.
Right. That's like if your son was named Odie.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I should name my next son Odie.
Real original Morpheus.
Yeah, Orpheus. Yeah, how does he die? How does his son die again? I remember he doesn't.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't die, but he finds him on the beach. Is the head.
Well,
because he gets pulled apart by these like
by Dionysus's. I like that a lot because that's directly from Greek mythology.
Yeah.
There's a lot. It's cool because there's chunks of it that take place in the French Revolution, chunks of it. That one story of the dude in San Francisco with the challenge between delirium or despair and Morpheus was.
Oh, that was good too. Yeah.
That was my favorite story.
The Emperor of the United States.
That one was. I thought that was stupid. I hated that guy with the mustache and the top hat.
Dude, I loved him.
He's like, I'm the Emperor of the United States, and everyone's like, oh, there goes the Emperor. It's like,
yeah, Morpheus is like, I'm gonna allow it. Like, what the fuck?
But I love that Morpheus. Like, it's very much another testament to how Morpheus is always winning through like being cunning and like positivity and hope. Like, yeah, there are nightmares and dream, but often there's like these little things that like keep him from being a complete monster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But as far as we know, he like in that volume, the way Morpheus interacts with his son, he's just like, he does not care.
He doesn't
want to see or talk to his son. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't. Like I said, he's a tall, brooding goth boy. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't dance at weddings. That in itself, if you don't dance at a wedding, get out of here. You're supposed to be like the manifestation and keeper of dreams, and you don't dance? I dream of dancing.
Do you ever dance in your dreams, though? I've never danced in my dreams.
I've seen dancing.
In your dreams?
Yes.
Okay.
I've witnessed dancing.
Oh. This is like Footloose, like a world where dancing no longer exists. I can only dream of it.
I mean, I bet I have dreamed. I've definitely
Footloose is a movie with
younger.
Kevin Bacon, by the way, Anthony. I don't know if you
fuck Kevin Bacon.
I've seen Footloose.
I'm just like, why'd you say fuck Kevin Bacon?
Dude, I only like Kevin Bacon as a supporting actor.
When is he that?
Mystic River.
Yeah. Mystic River is a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's incredible.
That is a good.
That's probably the only movie I really care about him in.
You mean you don't like Hollow Man?
Hollow Man is cheesy as fuck.
I love Hollow Man.
I honestly haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it since it came out, but still.
Yeah, same.
I did like it a lot.
Man, I've been like reading these comics has been making me like really pondering life and dreams and just like spending a lot of more time thinking about abstract things.
Yeah, seriously.
Dude, honestly, reading these books, everybody, god damn it, read these books. They're so good. Oh my.
But like one of the questions, as far as like things that do dreams really well, I actually thought one of the most, I don't know if you guys have watched enough of it, but I think one of the most
Inception.
accurate.
No. I know. I was just
I think one of the most accurate depictions of dreams are actually in The Sopranos, because Tony Soprano has a lot of dreams, and they're done.
Yeah.
They're done in a way where like that's totally how a dream feels.
Jake, I literally just started watching The Sopranos this week.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, and I didn't tell you that, so I'm like, whoa.
Dude, my roommate just started watching The Sopranos this week.
Nice.
Dun, dun, dun.
You're on season 1?
Yes, yeah, of course.
Nice.
I only watch a couple episodes, but I love it so far, and it's just like, I find it hilarious because it's just like they're saying things people in my family would say.
Oh, not only that. Well, yeah. So like, it's funny because I have a bunch of friends we talk about. Dude, Sopranos is a comedy. Like,
it's hilarious.
No, it is a comedy.
So
like, dude, the way they joke around, like Paulie and Silvio and all them, the way they like crack jokes on each other, it's so real. And it's also like, it's not only just real, it's like very East Coast real. Like, it's very quick-witted, like dickish comments to one another.
Like, it sounds like authentic Italian American dialogue.
Yeah, exactly.
So I approve.
Yeah, it feels real. It's ridiculous at times, especially when you go further. They become so much. Well, sorry, Anthony, but
it becomes so much.
I mean, it's definitely one of the best shows ever made. Period.
The best show ever made. Period.
Dude,
nice.
There's also been Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Tony Soprano versus Aang.
Oh shit,
dude, Tony. I'm giving it to Tony.
I'm gonna go with
He
Tony.
has superpowers, but Tony's beating the shit out of people to death. Like just beating them to death. Dude, James Gandolfini?
Yeah.
Are you
Bendis.
kidding me?
That's awesome that you started watching it. I could honestly talk about Sopranos forever. It's so deep.
So
But yeah,
deep.
as you continue watching it, you'll see a lot of dream sequences of Tony's, and they're pretty like it is what a dream feels like.
Nice.
Yeah.
Especially
It's
he
great.
has one in season 5 that's like dead on what a dream is like.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a good.
It's a super psychological show.
Yeah.
Like he's talking to his therapist. He's already talking about dreams with his therapist, especially
with
about
the
the
ducks taking his dick away.
yeah. Yeah.
What's my favorite movie with dreams in it? I don't know, man.
I might go as far as to say Wizard of Oz.
Ooh, that's a good
Because it is a
choice.
dream at the end, you know? The whole thing was like a weird ass.
Was it a dream though?
That's the thing.
Because
I hope
doesn't
so.
she like
Well,
come back and like all the farm
that
people
sequel?
are like, oh no, that sequel's creepy as fuck. By the way,
Yeah, the sequel would have you believe it's real, and then she's
Return
like
to
put in an
Oz
insane
is
asylum. Yeah.
terrifying.
Like, whose idea was that?
Dude, I know so few people who have actually seen Return to Oz. They almost like think I'm lying when I tell them about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
sounds
so
so fucked
weird.
up.
Because the
It's
monkeys
fucked
have
up.
like wheels fused to their arms and legs, and then the witch
it's
can change her
insane.
face. Remember that?
Yeah,
I never actually saw it.
it was.
Oh, God damn it!
Yeah, I haven't seen it since I was younger, but when I was younger, it genuinely scared me.
Yeah, no, it's a terrifying fucking movie. There's nothing like endearing about it.
Yeah.
You guys ever see this cartoon when we were kids, Little Nemo?
No, not that I.
Do you remember
Maybe if I
that
saw
one?
an image
No?
of it. Little Nemo.
It was almost like an anime. It kind of looked like an
I
anime. It's like
remember
this little
Little
kid who
Nemo.
goes to Dreamland. He has like a flying
Yeah.
squirrel as his pet.
I don't remember this at
Yeah.
all.
No. I used to watch it all the time as a kid, but it might have been one of those things like, oh, we got this random like VHS, like, and I think it's like every kid has seen it. Oh, what about What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams? You guys ever see that?
I've
movie?
never
That's
seen
about
that.
dying more than dreaming.
Oh yeah, you're right. But you know, there is that connection throughout the book. Throughout
No,
you know.
it's pretty cool, but it's not great. I don't know. I feel like dreams
No,
are
that
so
movie sucked.
hard. You think so?
What Dreams May Come. I don't know. I haven't watched it as an adult, but as a kid, I'm like, what is this bullshit?
Well, as a kid, you wanted something else from Robin Williams. That'd be like sitting down a child and being like, "Here's Punch Drunk Love." You know what I mean?
Oh, it's Billy Madison. Oh no.
Well,
So,
anyways.
So wait, you guys didn't finish volume 7.
We didn't even finish
I'm-
talking about
I'm
volume
most-
6.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we're
you're
still
right.
talking.
There's
a lot
still
more.
a lot of stories. There's the stories when the guys are in the desert with the ghosts.
Yeah, the desert with the
Oh,
ghosts.
yeah,
that
yeah.
was
There's just
crazy.
a lot of
And
random shit.
Fiddler's
It's almost
Green.
hard not to like feel like we're hopping around talking, only because like the way Neil Gaiman writes his books, they do hop around.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
one story is about Julius Caesar dressing up as a fucking homeless man, talking to his little.
No, Augustus.
Is it
Caesar.
Augustus? Augustus talking,
Yeah.
Get it right.
talking to his little like minion person. And then the next is literally just you're in the Wild West or the Sahara Desert. I wasn't quite sure what was going on.
That was
Yeah.
Marco Polo.
Well, it was a
Yeah,
few of
and
them.
there
It was like Marco Polo, Genghis Khan. There's a whole
And,
bunch of characters in that one.
Fiddler's Green.
Or
Oh, that's who that
Bowling
guy was,
Green,
yeah.
as Cody said last.
Bowling
Bowling Green, right?
Yeah, it's just I did like the story where is it Orpheus that goes into Hades to get his girlfriend?
Yeah,
To get his
and then he
wife.
To get his wife.
fails.
That story I like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the longest of them. It in itself had many chapters. Everything else was just like a little bit longer than Orpheus's single chapters, but they were one story. Then you got to Orpheus, and it was like a third of the back of the book.
Yeah. I like that story a lot because it's Greek mythology and I'm a big Greek mythology fan. And do I like when like Orpheus's like friend like rapes and murders his wife?
Oh
No,
he
he's
doesn't-
about to.
He's
He's
about
about
to.
to, and she gets away. She escapes him, and as she's fleeing, a snake
Bites her. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he goes down
Yeah.
to Hades.
And this is on his wedding night, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the endless. It's the first time. Oh my God! It's the first time we see our boy, but we don't know it's our boy because they don't refer to him as his endless name. They refer to him as like his Greek name or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh, the Seventh Endless, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
that we
yeah,
haven't
you're right.
seen. It's the first ever appearance.
Also, Orpheus's mother is Calliope, who we met in the other volumes in the last
Yeah.
episode. She's the
Yeah.
muse that was captured by the author and made to
Yes.
do whatever he wanted, basically.
Dude, Sandman
Yeah.
Fucked up
just
things.
slays pussy. and then
Dude, well, I mean,
abandons them to a fate worse than death.
yeah, consistently.
Yeah.
Or mopes about
He's
it.
the ultimate like deadbeat dad.
Dude, that's insane. But you're right.
Yeah, like
He
when you
is-
think about
More
it,
so than Goku, though?
He's
that's true.
callous.
Goku's pretty.
He's callous and just like as soon as Orpheus is like throws a temper tantrum because his wife is dead, he's like, "You're not my dad," and Morpheus is like, "All right." And
It's like, say less. Disappears.
He's like, I'm not helping you. I'll never talk to you again and you'll never see me again. Like,
Yeah.
literally, he's like, fuck you forever.
Yeah.
Fuck you
Yeah.
forever.
The ultimate, I'm going to go buy a pack of cigarettes and then never return.
Dude, but yeah, the Orpheus story was super dope. Just
Yeah.
because it like I said, these two volumes, it's cool the way he writes, because like you said, it's not in chronological order, but he'll just leave trinkets of information and you're just like, oh, that's a cool part of the story. And then he just out of nowhere, just like whack, brings it back. And like not only brings it back, but opens it up into like its own little world itself, you know?
Yeah, he leaves like breadcrumbs that you like in the previous volumes, you can link and be like, oh, like this was mentioned there, or this is that person they're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
It's like
and
he drops grains of sand.
Like, for instance-
that build a
Ooh.
sand castle.
Yeah. Oh, like in the diner scene in the first volume with Dr. Destiny, you have that one lesbian character and you meet
Who
her
died,
girlfriend, I think in volume 5, right? She's one of the people in the
Yeah.
apartment.
Oh, she mentions
yeah,
her. Yeah.
Foxglove.
Yeah, Foxglove. She's the girlfriend who that woman in volume 1 calls on the payphone at the diner.
Oh,
yeah. See, like it's just like
okay, yeah.
crazy. Like
And her straight best friend is the main character of is Rose, or no, not Rose, is the main character of that one volume involving the serial killer thing and everything.
mhm.
Oh, the Corinthian.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, the main chick of that is the straight best friend of the girl who died in the diner. And yeah, everything is just like a tangled web.
Ooh.
Oh,
what a
wow.
tangled web we weave.
Dude, it was but it's so good. I love that he writes like that. It's cool. And also I want to touch back, even though we already wrapped up about it, one of my favorite little like concepts that was at the end of volume 5, at the end of that weird fantastical Princess Bride episode. I love that she basically just like muses about how like inside every person there's like an entire world.
Oh, yeah, I really did.
That
like
was
that.
like a really sick point that just like sat and resonated.
And not just
with
an
me.
entire world, multiple worlds.
Yeah.
Multiple
Yeah.
worlds.
Yeah, it was
Multiverse
crazy to
in your
think about.
butthole.
No. Jake, you're better than that, Jake.
But then this was in volume 6, but that Marco Polo story also kind of leaves you lingering with a similar idea, which is like, who's dreaming you? You know, who's dreaming Cody? Who's dreaming Jake? Who's dreaming
Oh,
Anthony?
shit. I don't want to meet the person who's dreaming Cody. That must be the most foulest of creatures.
Oh.
And it's funny that you guys keep saying Princess Bride, because one of the stories in volume 6 did remind me of the Princess Bride more than that story with...
Which one?
It was the one where the grandpa is telling the story to his granddaughter about how he was looking for a princess. And just the whole narrative reminded me of Princess Bride. You know how like the little kid's listening to his grandpa.
And they're arguing and stuff.
Yeah.
Fred Savage, dude.
Fred Savage. Yeah.
Yeah. This one would have been more what's her name from Labyrinth, though.
Mm.
Ooh.
Who do you know? Who's the guy, the villain in DC? What's his name? Something Savage.
Vandal Savage.
Yeah. Who do you think would win?
Yeah, the
Vandal
eternal
Savage or
villain.
Fred Savage?
Vandal Savage can't be killed, bro. It's gonna be Vandal.
But-
No, Vandal Savage can be killed. He's just
Can he?
he's just immortal.
Yeah, he's immortal.
But he can be killed.
Wait, yeah, that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense, Anthony.
he can live forever, but he's susceptible to death, like with a bullet in the head.
Yeah,
basically.
okay, so he won't die of natural causes, but if you chop
Yeah.
off his head, he'll die.
Yeah. Did you guys see Suicide Squad Hell to Pay,
No.
the animated movie?
No.
No.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's
Really?
older, but I watched it after watching the James Gunn one. Yeah. Dude, there's a part in it where Vandal Savage, like, the whole plot of the movie is that if you possess this card and you die and you go to hell, like, they all know they're going to hell because they're this fucking Suicide Squad. They're like fucked up people. If you have this card on you, it's like a get out of hell free card and you automatically go to heaven.
Oh, nice.
So, like, the whole movie is like multiple people trying to get that, including Professor Zoom from Flashpoint.
Nice.
And it's crazy, but there's a part where Vandal Savage makes the point. He's like, oh, I may be immortal, but, I could die just as much as anyone else. So I need that card because I've done some fucked up things over the years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Reverse Flash comes back and you see the bullet in his head from Flashpoint?
Yeah.
I've seen some of that. That is cool.
That movie is so good. I highly recommend.
I'll have to watch it.
Mm.
But now I want like a Sandman. Like I'm excited they're doing Sandman Netflix, but I kind of want animated. Like I think you could do so much more as an animated
No.
series.
I mean, they got all kinds of things. They got the Audible version, which comes out this month. The part 2.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. So I think they're just tackling Sandman from all angles.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we talk enough about the art, but I don't know. There's so many artists, and it's just so different, almost
Yeah,
volume to
each-
volume.
I really like
Yeah,
the art
each-
in Volume 6.
In which story?
Especially like with the Hades story specifically, honestly. And like when you
Oh,
see
yeah.
the women rip apart Orpheus, like that shit's cool as fuck.
Yeah, that was
vicious.
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
But by far the best art in this volume is the Baghdad story or the Ramadan story. Did you guys read that one?
Yeah. When he
think
goes
it's
into
Oh,
the
yeah.
he goes into the deepest parts of his like palace and
Yeah. That issue itself was amazing. It was so I like that
It
one.
was
a
also
lot.
like a super short one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
it's with the
Really?
I thought it was
I didn't
short.
think it was that short. I felt as long as any of the other issues. I don't
Maybe
know.
because it came right after Orpheus or something.
Yeah. I don't know the length, but I mean I liked it a lot in terms of the art and how everything flowed together.
Dude, there were so many stories. Both of these stories were pretty dense.
Well, the Baghdad one is cool because it has like this sultan the whole time showing how like Baghdad was this great, majestic city almost like a beacon of like the modern world society. And now it's like you even see in one of the panels, like military planes flying over it. It looks like it's a
Yeah.
bombed ruin. And like, once again, it's like, it's just cool how like, oh, like once upon a time or like we can dream of a city, but that once was.
Yeah, and the deal he makes with Morpheus, again, Morpheus is like, this guy summons Morpheus, and Morpheus is like, you shouldn't summon me. You shouldn't fuck with any of this. And he's like, come on, man. And he's like, all right, let's go. And like, they have a little adventure.
They literally Aladdin style fly on a carpet.
Yeah. Literally.
Literally, the two of them, Morpheus and the Sultan, fly on a carpet.
Sandman starts singing a whole new
Yeah.
world to him. It's really romantic.
Do you? I feel like in this one, Morpheus almost plays a more Mephisto-like character. Like I just feel like he's always like willing to grant wishes, but there's consequences, and like that just plays a big deal in him. Like he's willing to make deals and stuff, but there's always like serious. I don't know. He just
like going back to the Lullaby on Broadway story, Princess Barbara wishes that they all get home safe and sound, but that's what makes her friend Wanda die.
Yeah.
Because if that didn't happen, she wouldn't be safe. And the old lady that was helping Wanda, like her body protects her from the building being destroyed
collapsing.
by the
Yeah, I forgot about that. The building collapses and then she goes to the transsexual's funeral, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes to Wanda's funeral where the family isn't even calling her Wanda. She's like Alan.
Yeah.
Alvin.
Alvin. And she crosses Alvin's name out and puts it in
Wanda.
Wanda in Alvin's favorite lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn, that's like Neil Gaiman just writes like beautifully bittersweet stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You almost like
the themes
you could actually
connect
probably
with dreams.
like Sandman would probably work just as well if it were just like a novel.
Oh,
for
yeah.
You know what I mean?
sure.
Like I think
For sure.
Yeah.
like, you almost don't even need the art. But
Well, I mean, some of the art, some of the stories are almost like it's just like little tiny snippets of art with that.
yeah, like the Julius Caesar or the Augustus Caesar one is almost pure exposition.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree,
I mean, that's
that one was it was a little too much. It's just I was like, okay.
yeah, it could definitely get wordy, but that's also why I like certain issues. Like I don't like whether or not we talk about the whole thing or whatever. In volume 7, like when he meets the seventh endless, it's not it's not a battle. It's not like when he meets Lucifer. Like you think it's gonna kind of coalesce into like a something where there's more violence or something, but it almost always ends in a thing of words, and it's not necessarily a fight. Sometimes it's a speech. Sometimes it's just a conversation where both sides become enlightened. You know, I really like that
Yeah.
about this series.
Yeah, for sure. I like it too. But some of the wordiness just seemed unnecessary. And maybe honestly, it's my fault for being busy and like trying to cram reading in.
No, I totally get I totally agree with that. No, because comics are also a visual medium. So it's not just
Yeah.
about reading. Like sometimes reading too much in a comic. Listen, I don't say I dislike that. What bothered me the most was the Joanna Constantine story where so much of it was in cursive and I'm just like, fuck, I can't. Like I could read cursive, but like it's just so annoying. It's so slow. I guess
I
the point
read
is to slow you
slower
down.
when I read cursive.
Yeah, I think that's the point. Like it's supposed to be very thoughtful. Like you're supposed to sit with it for a little longer, which I get. But to me, reading it high and like trying to get through like 20
I've
something
honestly
issues.
found that reading these comics has been way more enjoyable not high and then getting high afterwards and pondering them.
Gotcha.
Ponder the
Yeah, no,
question.
I love that this comic makes me think.
Oh yeah, it puts me in like a weird existential kind of philosophical mindset a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a story we haven't talked about yet in volume 6 is A Parliament of Rooks. Do you guys remember that one?
That was the one where the baby goes to dreaming, right?
Yeah, the baby
That
goes
one was
to
crazy.
Eve.
And yeah, you meet Eve and you see Matthew,
Okay.
and that one was crazy.
Oh, we've never talked about Matthew the Raven. He's a
Yeah,
cool
he's
little
been-
sidekick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's been around for forever since volume 1.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
just neglected poor little Matthew, dude.
Yeah.
He's dope. Every time you see Matthew, it's a treat, but it's a little
I
special
like that his name is
treat.
Matthew too.
Yeah. And he's always talking about how he used to be a human and he's like, nah, this is okay. But in this one, we learn like, he's like, oh, when Morpheus said he turned me into a raven, I'm like, cool, I'll be a human in a raven's body. And then he's like, nope, I'm a raven inside of this raven's body.
Yeah.
It's cool that Matthew like
Yeah.
is his little servant to go like delegate among his dream minions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matthew basically is like the newest of Morpheus's, like that. He's invited into his household.
Yeah.
You meet other characters too. You get that one elf, the return of that elf chick that was left to him.
Oh, yeah. It's part of like the bargain to try to get the key to hell. Yeah.
Or fairy chick rather.
Yeah, she's a fairy.
Fairy.
Yeah, like so again, more little nuggets. Neil Gaiman was the first Inception writer. I don't know why I'm
you're big on Inception. You know what's funny is like I loved Inception when it came out, of course, like in theaters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then if you like it still, no matter what, visually looks cool. And I honestly am starting to feel this way about a lot of Christopher Nolan movies, especially like Tenet, where it's like, oh, like this is cool, but like it doesn't make sense. And then
Yeah.
like I don't
exactly.
know, it just seems a little. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Like I don't know if
but
Inception is
that's
a movie
what-
you can keep watching more than twice.
dude. I don't know. I'd watch it again probably.
I don't think I would. I don't think I have.
Yeah, well,
I watched it during the pandemic, but I don't like. Yeah, it lost its the appeal it had for me when I was younger, for sure. Like, it's not like a bad movie, but it's like, yeah, what? Like, they're just like, this is what's happening, and then they show you what's happening, and then they're like, that is how it works, and you're like, all right, that's how it works.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what? Like,
yeah, it makes no sense at all.
But like Tenet was way worse about that. And Tenet is like, everyone's like, no, you got to watch it like 15 times. Like, fuck you.
that,
I
yeah.
don't
I'm not
want
watching
to.
Tenet.
I'd rather
15
die in a
times.
fire than watch Tenet 15 times. I've never made it through that movie once. I've watched the first half of it like 6 fucking times. And that movie puts me down. It's like a tranquilizer to my neck. It just, some people need lullabies. I need Christopher Nolan's Tenet to go to sleep.
Shots fired.
That's how I go and visit Morpheus.
Did you guys ever see Dunkirk?
Dunkirk,
No.
that was kind of a, people hail it. I thought it was a snoozer.
I did. It was
honestly.
so boring.
Yeah, it was the least interesting war movie I've
Although
ever
Quentin
seen.
Tarantino loves it. He considers it a masterpiece.
Yeah, I've heard explanations of like certain angles you can view it as to be like, oh, it's a masterpiece. It's so minimalistic.
Yeah, like if you have to
you.
explain to me why a movie's a masterpiece, then you're ready.
Yeah,
What's the point?
yeah.
Yeah, eat shit. I don't know why I love Nolan movies, but I don't know why I was being so aggressive. I do dislike Dunkirk though.
Yeah.
Do we love Nolan movies or did we just really love The Dark Knight?
No, we love I stand by.
I mean, I do like Memento. I do like.
Memento's
Memento's
incredible.
I do like The Prestige.
The Prestige is.
Oh,
even
yeah,
though
The
it
Prestige.
didn't make sense either, it's one of my favorites.
Well, Prestige, I had read the book before, so I like kind of understood it. The book doesn't make sense either, but still.
Yeah. See, I'm a big fan of The Prestige and Memento. I think both are better than Inception.
Yeah.
But Inception, I'll stand by. Great fucking movie. I think it's a great movie. Is it dumb? Yes, but it's not. It's not obnoxiously so in the Tenet way. So it's a low bar, but you did it, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm such a superhero fan, but I almost feel like Batman Begins and Dark Knight are probably 2 of his strongest films.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. I love. Yes. Let's not go into the Dark Knight. Let's not do it.
Yeah, we'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, but anyway, back to Saint Mizzle.
Saint Mizzle.
The last story, at least where we're cool, we find out the brother is destruction. And
So you were right, Anthony. It is destruction.
Yeah.
Did I say that? Really?
You did say it.
Oh, I don't
called
even
it.
remember guessing that.
Yeah, you guessed
Well, it
destruction.
was either that
and-
or Ding-a-ling.
Oh, yeah, right. See, one or the other. I had to hedge my bets there a little.
No, but that was sick. It was cool. It's cool that he fled and didn't like his role. And like, I don't know, the whole thing. You get a lot more of the endless in volume 7.
Yeah,
which is
and
dope.
in volume 7, man, I loved it a lot. Like, one of my favorite volumes so far.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, top 3 probably.
I just like that, like, again, like when he gets to.
Sandman is so good, it's hard to rank. You guys want to try to rank your favorite volumes so far?
Well, no, let's save that to the end.
Oh yeah, true. There's more volumes. To be
Yeah.
read.
Well, we could. This could be our halfway.
Well, I was gonna say I really like the like so when he finally goes to destruction and like the whole idea of volume 7 is delirium. Destruction has been gone. Like we don't know where he went, but we're slowly seeing that like he kind of lives his life with a talking dog. He's just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
And Delirium really wants him back because she wants the whole family, the Endless, to be back together.
One big happy family.
Yeah, and so she just convinces Morpheus to go. And again, Morpheus is like, I don't want to do this. She's just like, come on, Morpheus.
Morpheus is
go on
kind of
an
like,
adventure."
he's kind of lame.
Yeah, right? Like, he's just like, fine, sure.
Yeah,
I'll
he's such
do
a
it."
downer.
That's what I'm saying. He's a brooding emo goth
I
dude.
know, but
He
for
just
the
stands
Lord
there
of
and
Dreams, he's like
pouts.
almost kind of bland.
Yeah, bland to it. Well, maybe that's because
Yeah.
he's so busy being like creating everything. You know, gods. One of the lines in volume 6 was gods were forged from this land, or that might have been 5, but whatever.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I thought the whole idea, like, I think volume 7 is called Past or something about lives. I don't know if it's Past Lives.
Brief
Past-
lives.
Brief Lives, yeah.
Mm.
And at first I didn't get that, but by the end of it, you know, that's what I really loved about Destruction. Like his whole spiel was just like everything dies basically. Like one day this universe will be gone and all the rules and everything about it is going to disappear. And they're like, even our sister, meaning death. And he's like, who knows?
Yeah.
And just their whole conversation is just like it's like on one level, it's Morpheus, Dream, and Delirium trying to bring back Destruction into the fold. But Destruction wants to be like, no, he's like, I'm tired of just like destroying things, you know? He's like, I don't want to do it anymore. And
a lot of giving up in the Sandman. Lucifer gives up.
Yep.
Like a lot of people just say, fuck it.
Dude, it's been a trope that I've been seeing pop up. Maybe it's just because it's happening in Marvel. That was in Loki. That was Kang's.
Yeah,
spiel.
Kang was like,
you know what I mean?
Screw it, I'm done.
Lucifer was like, dude, I'm tired. Everybody's tired of it.
We're tired of the bullshit.
Tired of capitalism.
Yeah, that's Sandman's biggest gripe is capitalism.
That's what this whole thing is about.
Dude, but yeah, no, there is a lot of giving up. And I love that, like, Destruction is this crazy. He's the only one that's orange haired.
Yeah, I like that. He just has a big old orange beard.
Yeah, orange haired, but doesn't Delirium have like pink and green hair?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, or no hair, or like.
Yeah, Delirium changes.
It changes,
like, shape
quite often.
They all do. Like, but Morpheus and
Death are the most consistent.
Yeah. Well, I think Despair basically stays one, and so does Desire, kind of.
Yeah, there was a throwaway line, or not a throwaway line, about Despair, where they were like, remember when one of us got destroyed? Despair had to step up and become Despair, basically. Like, apparently Despair wasn't always Despair.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucked up.
Mega Despair.
Right? It was just like, what was Despair before? I don't know if we find out, but...
I think we will, but I don't know for certain.
What's the opposite of despair?
Delight.
Oh,
Which Delirium used to be Delight. That's what we also kind of find out. Or we might have found that out earlier, but Delirium used to be Delight.
Yeah. Cool. See, people change. People give up. I think that's the theme of Sandman. Neil Gaiman's trying to say, normalize giving up.
Yeah. Realize when it's time to walk away.
When you chase your dreams, terrible fucking things happen.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those. It's like a Rumpelstiltskin kind of tale where, like, you're making you're chasing your dreams, and when you do it, it comes at great cost. You know what I mean?
Rumpelstiltskin. I forgot like who Rumpelstiltskin was. This is like a few years ago. This is like
you just forgot about him.
So like this is like, I don't know, maybe 6 years ago. The girl I was dating at the time, I was like trying to be cute and like, you know, like lovey-dovey, and I was like, oh, my little Rumpelstiltskin. And she was like, ew, what the fuck? And I was like, why? What's wrong with that? And she was like, dude, he's like a little goblin man. That I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I forgot.
That gives them a deal for a firstborn child or something.
Yeah,
like
but I was trying to be like endearing, and like I meant it in like a very loving way. But,
yeah, like you're probably talking about her rump.
Yeah,
yeah.
You're so beautiful, like Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Like, what?
Hell yeah!
I like how, like, the whole going back to, like, you know, having a dream, like, you know, just like it could destroy you. That's so cool, because at the end, I feel like all you have are dreams, or that's what the Endless or Morpheus is talking about a lot of the time. Like, what else do people have? Like, when people are dying, like, death is always so chill, but like death gives you the answers. But even in death, you're in dream world.
Yeah.
Like, it just supersedes everything else. So like, yeah, what else are you gonna have? In the end, even in death, there's dreams. So like, hold on to the dreams. Why not? Like, they're just dreams, right?
To borrow a line from Spider-Man 2, seriously, he says to Dr. Octopus, sometimes in order to do what's right, you have to be steady and give up the things you want the most, even your dreams. So think on that.
But see, I'm saying not giving up the dreams.
I'm saying no, but Spider-Man's a hero. None of the Endless are actual like heroes. True. I think you should give up your dreams, because dreams are just selfish endeavors.
I love Death. That's definitely one of my favorite characters in the series.
Is that because you've danced with Death many times in real life?
Yeah, I like to pay her visits every now and again.
Yeah, she's talked to you a lot, I feel like, throughout your life.
Dude. Yeah, I've almost died far too many times in my life.
Yeah.
I'm unkillable. I'm like Bruce Willis. I'm not going to die until it's by my own hands, you know?
Is that another Unbreakable reference? That's like the third Unbreakable reference. You did one either last episode or 2 episodes ago too.
Yeah, you did. But you also didn't say Unbreakable. You said like Untouchable.
No, that one was actually a reference to like how the only movies he dies in are movies where he kills himself. Like in Sin City and in Armageddon.
What about Sixth Sense?
He didn't kill himself, though.
No, but he was like, I think like in that story, he was, sure, there's holes in my claim. Okay, get out of my face.
There's holes in my claim.
I'm also clearly not invincible.
We should do a Sin City episode of the comics because
I've never read the Sin City comics,
dude.
Oh, I read the whole series like I don't know, maybe like 8 years ago or something.
And they're so good. My favorite is probably the last one.
The last one's crazy.
The last one's the
dude,
thickest
it sucks
of all
that
them.
The second movie sucked.
The second movie was whack.
Whackzilla.
Never seen it.
You don't need to. Because the first one is literally like page for page, the first 2 volumes.
The comics, yeah. And then the second one is just a horrendous. It was like in production for like 1,000 years.
It's also cool when you read the series, it like chronologically and time wise, like so you get to the 7th book and you find out the 7th book actually comes before all of them. It's very like Quentin Tarantino in that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's cool. I definitely got to check it out.
Yeah, I like the 7th book a lot. It's the thickest. You learn like about other characters who you even saw in the movie. Like, okay, remember Josh Hartnett's very small role in the movie?
Yeah,
dude, he's
the assassin.
Yeah, he's like a much bigger character when you get to like the 7th volume of Sin City.
Yeah, dude, I haven't read it in like I don't know. 6,
I haven't read it in years,
probably.
But I love it.
It was same. Also, the opposite of Sandman, a much briefer or not as dense of a book. Like very much more like visual with just like, I don't know. It's a different kind of.
Yeah, no, these Sandman issues are hitting the spot because I really do like the kind of heady, bro, philosophical kind of comics, I like thinking when I read.
Dude, story wise, they're great for me. But like, just because I'm a busy person, like I was reading comics today being like, God damn it, shut the fuck up, bro. Augustus, shut the fuck up.
There was a really cool line that Death has, or there's a scene where Destruction is talking about a conversation he had with Death, and she's like, everyone knows everything. We just pretend we don't to make it all bearable. Those are the kind of lines that really make me stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, the one about multiple worlds inside of people, and I don't know, man.
Because they even posed that to Morpheus. They're like, "Is that true?" He's like, "Maybe. Who knows?"
Yeah. Morpheus just doesn't care. Him and Dr. Manhattan get the awards for not giving a fuck.
Yeah, the most apathetic heroes.
Yeah. And both of them slay pussy.
It just shows that when you're quiet and you brood a lot, you get a lot of fucking ass. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode.
Why not?
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Comics and Chronic. Please click the link to like and subscribe. You know what I'm trying to say.
It was going so well.
Oh, I do want to plug something because this will be airing next week.
Plug walk, bro.
Dude, I'm opening up for Kate Willett, the incredible Kate Willett, in 2 weeks. So the week after this airs, the Monday after this airs, I'll be in Louisville. On Wednesday, I'll be in Louisville. Whatever. On the Wednesday after that, I'm going to be in Chattanooga, then Charleston, Huntington.
Where? What are these clubs? You gotta name them. The people need to know.
In Louisville, I'm playing this crazy ass, dope ass venue. It's a comedy club / bar / VC tape rental place called Planet of the Tapes.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Planet of the Tapes.
Yeah, so that's Monday in Louisville. And Tennessee, I'm playing JJ Bohemias. Shout out to Ryan Darling for helping me book that spot. And shout out to Dan Alton for helping me book the Louisville one. Motherfucking, let's keep going. Charleston, Sam's Uptown Cafe. Huntington, Black Sheep Burrito and Brews. Pittsburgh, I think, might have honestly fallen through, and that's probably my fault. It's been a lot. It's been crazy. The world's a crazy place. I don't know. Sorry, Pittsburgh. Eat my dick. No, I'm just kidding. I actually love Pittsburgh, but you don't like Pittsburgh?
No, I've been there one time, and that was enough.
Dude, I have a great time every time I'm in Pittsburgh.
I don't ever want to go back, literally.
Nice.
Yeah, so
nice. Well, Pittsburgh let's
can
beat up Jake.
Suck my dick.
Wow.
That's right.
Morgantown is at 123 Pleasant Street, and that wraps up my motherfucking tour.
Nice. It's a solid tour.
Yeah, it's a week long.
Nice thick tour.
And we're working on like Nashville for Tuesday. Nashville for Tuesday, maybe, but I haven't heard back about any of that.
Nice. And you're opening for Kate Willett on all those?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm hype about it. It's going to be sick. It's going to be a great time. Just come out and see me. I'm going to be doing some dumb shit.
Well, you heard it here, everyone. If you want to see Cody do some dumb shit, go check out his tours. Tune in next week for Sandman September.
Yeah, Sandman September.
Woo! Check us out on TikTok. Peace.
Oh,
you're listening to Comics and Chronic, and I'm Jacob H.
Yeah. I'm Cody Cannon.
And I'm Anthony Iannaccio.
And you can tune in every Thursday to hear new episodes of Comics and Chronic.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Comics and Chronic. That's Comics, the letter N, Chronic.
We'll see you guys next week.
Woo!
Peace.